Hello, I'm John from Tesla Gurus, and today we've been back to visit Richard Symons at his showroom in the south of England to get his opinion of our track-prepared Model 3. So first I'll let Richard introduce himself.
Well, my name is Richard Symons, and this is my company, R. Symons Limited. I've been a Tesla fan and owner for about 5 years now. Probably claim the stake of having had the most Teslas, probably driven the most number of different Teslas, probably other than a Tesla mechanic. And I've had loads of different cars. Yeah, I mean, I'm a petrol head, so from early days with Peugeot 205s, Golf GTIs, growing up and having BMW M5s and TVRs, and now mainly the Teslas. Yeah, but we get other stuff as part exchanges, so I get to drive all sorts of things every day of the week, basically. Yeah, it's great fun.
So I then asked Richard what he knows about our Model 3, what we've done to it, and if he's looking forward to driving it.
I've seen it on track. It's now next to me in person here, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. There's obviously some cosmetic enhancements here. I don't know much about what you've done underneath. I'll be interested to learn a bit more about that. I guess, like I say, I've seen it. You've done some track miles in this. So is this going to be a hard track-focused car that we can't be used on the local roads here, a lot of country roads here, not the smoothest tarmac in the world. So this would be interesting to see if this is still an everyday car for the road. And I think that's a test of good engineering, really, isn't it? So yeah, interested to see it. I'm really looking forward to taking it out and then finding out a bit more about the technical side of what you've done to this, to be fair. Yeah.
Before Richard drove our car, he took a completely standard Model 3 Performance on exactly the same route, just to get a feel for it.
So I'm very familiar with this car. I've covered probably 30,000 miles in a Model 3 Performance by now, probably a bit more than that, to be honest. Right. Good cars, but yeah, I know them well. Well, I think the Model 3 Performance is a pretty impressive out-of-the-box package for the grip it has. I always said when I first drove one of these, I think it's on a especially a fairly tight country road and one something similar now, that's probably one of the fastest road cars out the box for being able to peel along the road, loads of grip, a balance. Sometimes the suspension's on the firmer side, but this is a high performance car. You have to know what's on the road, and I use mine as a family car. I drop my daughter to school in it, I commute on the motorway in it, and I've done track days in it, so it does a lot of different things, and I love it. I think it's great. It drives like a go-kart, really, doesn't it? Super fast steering. So I think they're a great package. I really do. They're good fun. So this would be really interesting if how different yours is going to feel. As I say, I don't know too much about what you've done to it, so I'm very interested to see the difference. Let's switch cars, straight out, same conditions.
Yeah, same road, same conditions, same route.
We've already checked tyre pressures all the same and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly,
so it's as evenly matched as we can get, isn't it? Yeah. So brilliant. Here we go. Let's give it a try.
So we both jumped out of the standard car and we got into our modified track car, effectively. It's a road track car, so we feel it's just as good on the road as it is on the track, but let's see what Richard thinks. Now, we didn't tell him what we've done to the car before he drove it. We wanted his honest feedback and his immediate reaction, so here it is.
Good, okay, yeah, I think it's interesting don't tell me too much about it yet. I reckon you've done quite a lot, but let me see what it feels like first, and then tell me all the details of everything you've done, so it would be interesting to know. And wait, straight away, that went into the corner. I nearly went into the curb on the left-hand side. I just turned in, how does that? Yeah. So I normally say these are so reactive and so sharp, and then this one, you've taken something sharp and sharpened it up even more. Yeah. The turning on that was crikey. Yeah. The difference with that, so it'd be hard to see on the footage, but the turning by, I mean, it took me by surprise on the first corner, to be honest. Obviously, the rack speed seems the same, but it just is way more reactive, really. Let's just feel we've got a slightly sort of smoother bit of road here. So this is a really bumpy road, so I'm interested to see, because I can see this car sits a bit lower.
Yes.
I'd say it's probably like a tad firmer, but actually on the sort of broken road there, I was expecting it to sort of crash, and didn't do that. It sort of soaked it up. So this is on the standard Michelins, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Standard road tyres. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I thought it'd be quite hard. We're just going to have another bump there, and I heard it. I just about felt it, but no, it's good. And then I'm mainly noticing at the moment just that steering feel is better. So yeah, what have you done with the steering? I want to know now, So yeah, what have you done there?
Well, we've not actually touched the steering at all. All we've done is sharpen up the whole car with suspension improvements. So before we show Richard what we've done, we just asked him to summarise what he felt during the drive.
The steering way more direct, and then the ride, yeah, firmer, but not uncomfortable, and it just felt like it was sort of glued to the road more. So there were some sections where it moved on the road more than the standard one, but it didn't crash. You sort of feel more, yeah. So I'm impressed, yeah. So my summary would be, yeah, it feels like a sort of fast road car. It's a sort of firm, imprecise feel, but I'd drive it to Scotland today if you wanted to. It's good. Yeah, I'm impressed, John. Well done.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. That's very good of you. So now we take Richard inside, we take a wheel off the car, and we're going to show him a little bit about what we've done to it.
So I can see there's bits are in different colour to normal. Got my standard one over there, they're all grey and black. These different colours, these must be different. What have we got?
So we've got uprated anti-roll bar, which is down here.
Yep.
An uprated anti-roll bar set, front and rear, is something that you can do very easily and relatively cost effectively on almost any car. It will help the handling without really compromising anything else. So it will be the first handling improvement that you might want to carry out. We're going to look at anti-roll bars in a bit more detail in a completely separate video, so we'll just skip over that one and we'll come back to that in the future.
And that is connected to the front suspension with what's called a drop link here.
Yep.
So that's also uprated. So that's a thicker drop link, and it's also got solid bearings on it rather than rubber bushes.
Yeah.
And that helps. What you felt was the sharper turn in and the more precise steering.
From that bit of metal there, sharper turn in.
Even just from that, you would probably feel a difference on the road. Yeah. But the main modification we can see here are the dampers and the springs.
Yeah.
So these are Ohlins dampers. They're adjustable. And
Ohlins are a Swedish manufacturer of very high quality, very high performance suspension. They're used on motorbikes, racing bikes, and also road and track cars and race cars. They have an excellent reputation in the industry, and a lot of that has been gained through innovations such as their dual flow valve technology. This will give you the best of both worlds. It will give you a car that handles better, but also has a much better ride quality, and this is something the Model 3 is criticised about. It's got a harsh ride, jiggly ride, it's not very good over small bumps. So fitting a kit like this will transform the car, it'll make it much more enjoyable to drive, and also probably have your passengers complaining less about the bumps. Now, I don't want to tease you too much, but we are going to go into a lot more detail in a later video about the Ohlins kits particularly. So for the moment, let's go back to myself and Richard and just carry on where we left off.
Well, that's the height, so that means you can adjust the car to any height you want, which is quite a unique thing about the Ohlins setup. If you don't want to lower the car, you want to keep standard ride height, you can do that with these, but you'll still be able to drive it on the track.
Okay, yeah. And then how would you adjust the damping on this then?
So the adjustments at the top, which you can just access through a little hole that's in the top of the front there.
Well, that's easy enough.
So it's very quick, it's a 2-second job really.
Yep.
There are other modifications that we'll probably go into on another video, but I mean this is the main thing that's really transformed the handling and the ride quality of this car.
It just looks good as well,
when it's clean.
I like the sort of engineering side of it.
Ohlins is well known for being very, very high quality. Used on McLaren's Koenigsegg's, I think. All the way up to the sort of top tiers of racing.
Amazing.
So we're going to leave it there for today, and we've given you a bit of an insight into what we've done to our Model 3 performance. As you can see, there's lots of other bits bolted on. You can see our big brake kit fitted there, but we want to expand this into a series of videos really about all the modifications you can do to your car, not only if you want to take it on the track, but also if you just want to improve it on the road. And I hope we've given you a bit of an insight into that today. So please, if you do like it, subscribe and give us any comments. We'd love to hear from you, and we love to answer any questions you've got, and also any ideas you've got for subjects for videos in the future, please submit them. Until then, I've been John from Tesla Gurus. Bye for now.